Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Cancer, we're going to get into the Doggy Wisdom Oracle deck, the Divine Animals Oracle deck, and the Teeny Tiny Tarot. We're going to ask, what is your energy right now? We're going to look at your energy. What is it that you're struggling with? What greatness about yourself that you don't see? And what you can tap into right now that would benefit you. All right, my dear Cancerians. My exalted ones. My portals of love. Oh, you are happy. You are happiness. You are happiness. That's good. That's a nice energy. I like that to see that for you, Cancer. You are happiness. What is it that you are struggling with right now? Please yourself. Fuck this card. Okay, so, but you're happy. You're struggling with pleasing yourself. Well, I don't know that this is the right channel for you right now. I don't know. Well, if you can't please you, I don't know who can. It's kind of like that, right? Like, you're struggling with please. I don't actually, like, if we don't go into the context that it feels like this could be implying, it's very curious. Like, if you're happy and you're struggling with pleasing yourself, like doing things that make you happy, that give you pleasure. Let's see. Let's see how this unfolds. What greatness about yourself you don't see? Relaxation. Relaxation. There could be something about you that improves with a bit of relaxation. You could be really good at kind of taking it easy and knowing when it's time to kind of step back from life and take a deep breath here. What can you tap into right now that would benefit you? Your innocence. Could also be like, okay, your innocence, yes. So many of you could look at that in different ways. You're struggling with pleasing yourself. Okay, I hope everybody who's watching this is at least 18 years of age. I'm just putting that out there. This is sort of like an adult channel. I think that there could be something here that you would like to know about, and you're better off not. Like, that's kind of interesting, right? Like, your innocence is something that would help you, that would benefit you right now. It's better that you don't know something. I don't know. There could be something going on around you. You may like answers to something, but you can't get them right now, right? So your innocence is the better thing for you to lean into at this time. All right. Your energy is happiness. I know. It could be like maybe you're struggling with it because you're struggling with please yourself. I guess they don't have to be connected. Stability. Operating from a stable base is advantageous. If you need help, ask. Do not push hard for what you want all the time. Steadily flow to it. Not an easy journey. It needs to be full of drama. Not every journey needs to be full of drama. So, okay. I feel like right now things are really like stable for you. Maybe they weren't. Like, maybe that's interesting that it's kind of coming through as like this energy. You were happy. Things have stabilized for you. You may have removed yourself from some type of drama that you didn't need to be involved in. But you're struggling with, like, please yourself. Well, maybe it's like, well, what makes you happy? Beauty. Please yourself, beauty. Beauty is all around if you care to observe it. Beauty is highly subjective. Love yourself first. I don't know what is going on here. Okay, look for the beauty in your situation. There's something here about your independence, okay? Now, we can all easily see how there's a particular type of maybe sexual context that is in with these cards as well, with please yourself and love yourself first, okay? You're struggling with that. So, love yourself first. Honestly, what I'm really confused about is that the fact that you have the happiness card, maybe the happiness is like one area of your life here. Maybe there's something that is very stable for you. Maybe it's like your work or your career or your finances, but maybe then there's another area of your life here where it's kind of like it's you and you alone, but that's not necessarily what you would like. You would like to maybe have someone else in a relationship with you. Like when it says please yourself too, like I'm just thinking of somebody who's going out and like maybe seeing a movie, and if you watch a movie by yourself, you know, I mean, you can do that. I did that sometimes when was it? When was I doing that? It wasn't on maternity leave because my son was suddenly my son alone. I can't remember. There was a period of time there where I had free time during the day and I would go to matinees. So I loved it. It was like the whole theater. It was pretty much empty. And I was like, a whole theater. Like I enjoyed it because that's what I wanted to do. But like, let's say you're at a stage in your life where you don't have, like, at the time I had someone I could go to the movies with, but it was a time where I had for me, I could go see whatever I wanted and just enjoy that space. And I really liked it. But let's say you've got that, but you don't have someone to do things with. Like, that's what this kind of feels like to me. Like, or maybe you don't have the best friend, or maybe you don't have the romantic partner, or there's another area of your life here where you're pleasing you, but it's almost to some extent, but it feels like something is missing. Like, you're not really able to be. I struggle with the word happiness because you have it here, but I feel like it's in some other context in your life where you're struggling to have happiness in that area of your life. And it's you're struggling to be, you know, doing things that you would like to do because maybe you would rather like to do them with someone else. You know, and as I say that, it could be someone like maybe you know, I could be talking to someone who could either have, you could have had siblings that you liked doing something with, or a particular friend or a sibling that you would do certain things with, and maybe that person has moved far away, or maybe that person has passed away. That could also be in the same context of like a spouse, or going through a divorce, or somebody passing as well. And it's almost like you always loved going to the fair. You loved going to the fair, but you loved going to the fair with this person because it was so much fun. Like, you would go back and forth with each other. You would find different tables. Oh my God, you see that? Let's go check out this ride. Like, it was so much, you had a lot of pleasure in that. But then it's like, so the fair is here, but that person isn't. And for whatever reason that is. And it's hard to have fun. Like, that's how that's coming across to me. It feels like very complicated in that nuance. You know, does that make sense? Like, yeah, there's things here that you really like to. I love going to the fair. I love going to the fair. But you've always gone to the fair with, maybe if it wasn't this sibling, then you would go with your best friend. But there's something where there's no one to go to the fair with, and it's not the same. It's not the same. You know, honestly, it's not necessarily the same. Especially if you were enjoying it with another person, because it can be fun. Like, you'd be like, oh my God, you got to try this apple pie. Did you try this one? Oh, that's good. Where did you get that? Right? Like, you've got this back and forth, and you're exploring together, and you're doing things together. That it's really is like that's what you're struggling with right now. Love yourself first. You're happy. There's like there's stability around you. You're happy with that. It's also like it's more than being content. But it's also trying to see what is the positive in your situation. Like, that's part of the struggle here. Look for the beauty in your situation. And I don't know, there could, like, legitimately here, if this could be maybe an actual medical issue of some type. I don't know, can it be for women too, or guys, where maybe it is difficult to please yourself right now, like physically. Like, there is something that, you know, maybe you should get something checked, just to double check the blood pressure and everything is okay, the hormones are okay. Like, that could be something to consider, right? With the card that has come out here, to love yourself first. Please yourself. You're struggling with that. You could also be, there could be something that you're struggling with here in terms of yourself that you're having difficulty coming to terms with. Like, maybe it's an aspect of yourself that you don't really like a lot. Hey, well, none of us are perfect. You know, I mean, in that case, you can either try to make a change or you can accept it and not beat yourself up about it. And that might be important in this case, if that's something that is going on for you here, where it is struggling with loving yourself first. Okay, what greatness about yourself that you don't see is relaxation. The soul, relaxing the soul. To experience our full selves, we often go through difficult times. Not all stages are easy. Allow yourself transformation. Okay. You are very good at going through transformations, according to this card, right? You're very good at doing it. And you're also very good at kind of like giving yourself the time and the space to do it, like in terms of relaxing. It's like alchemy. There's a lot that goes on for you. You know, some people might try to keep themselves busy when they're going through a difficult time, or they're going through a big transformation in their life because they want to be distracted from the things that maybe they should be looking at that feel kind of uncomfortable. It kind of looks like to me that you are struggling maybe with something that makes you feel uncomfortable about yourself, but you're also, hey, you're really good at kind of allowing yourself to relax and alchemize. So that could be a bit of an answer here for you too. Not everything we go through is going to be easy. Not everything is going to be fun. I'm kind of wondering too, if some of you are maybe, there's something going on here that has been disruptive in your life with happiness stability, right? You could be somebody who your happiness, if your life is very up in the air and destabilized and things are changing all of the time, you may find it difficult to find happiness in that. Like, and there's nothing wrong with it because everybody's a little bit different. And some people really excel and blossom in chaos, like they do. And then other people, they don't. They don't. I think the majority of people don't necessarily grow and expand and flourish in chaos. So you would not be unusual if you're the kind of person that needs some sort of stability and predictability in your life to have happiness. Yeah, that kind of goes a little bit better with that. And that, you know, just to make it make sense. Okay, so what you can tap into right now that would benefit you. Now, this is interesting because it's innocence. Innocence. Authenticity. Discover who you really are by revealing your true self. Wow, I want to say it's almost like tapping into your innocence. Oh, and soul. Soul. Relaxation soul. All right, maybe there's parts of yourself here that you're struggling with that are not really you. They're just ego. So don't beat yourself up about it. It's not your deeper soul. It's not who you are at the core of as yourself. Don't pretend to be something you are not. You'll attract the wrong things. Negotiate positions with others, sometimes with boundaries. So innocence. You're struggling with loving yourself first. So, okay, maybe there's also a people-pleasing energy that you struggle with. Probably, some of you are probably yelling through the camera, Cindy, people-pleasing. People-pleasing. There could be. You could be people-pleasing. Could also be, you know, I said something like you would go to the movies. And I'm like, when the hell did I have time to do that? And I don't know. Yeah. Unless it was on maternity leave and I brought my son. Maybe I did. Maybe I put him in like he was... I cannot think of any other time in my life where I had like time to do that. But right, like, that's a very short period of time. Because he's not teething. He's not doing other things. He's just not having baby problems. That you could actually sit in a theater with a small child, right? Like to be able to do that. But I don't think I did that because the noise would have been too loud. Anyways, going back to that, right? Like how I mentioned that, like a maternity leave, you don't have a lot of time for yourself. You can't do things for yourself. You really can't. You, and you probably won't for maybe a decade or two, just so you know, if you haven't done it yet. There'll be times where you can start incorporating it. But at the end of the day, honestly, like to be a good parent, there are times where if there's something that you really want for yourself, but that would be the detriment to your child, you probably won't do it. You know, it's not to say that there aren't things that you can't do for yourself, but if there's things that you can do for yourself and it's of no detriment to your child, then you'll do them, right? Like, yeah. But maybe there's things that you want here that you can't. There's a situation playing in your life here where you can't do what it is that would make you happy. Okay. And so this tapping into, I think this has something about who you really are. It's tapping into your innocence. It's recognizing that, you know, whatever mistakes, missteps, regrets that have happened in life, that these are just a reflection of being human. They are not a reflection of your deeper self, of your soul. What's the bottom? Strategy. What was the bottom here? The believe in yourself strategy. That's pretty cool. The believe in yourself strategy. Oh, I like that. So maybe because, yeah, I don't know. It looks like you're in a cycle here where your needs cannot be a priority in some way. And it might be a little bit difficult to see the beauty in the situation that you find yourself in. But like what this tells us in terms of soul here is to experience our full selves, we often go through difficult times. So tap into the innocence of your full self right now. Tap into the innocence. I want to pull a tarot card on that. Discover who you really are. Innocence. Let's see. Innocence. The 10 of Cups and the 5 of Swords. Wow, that's very interesting. You could have been in a situation here where you could not have come out winning anyways. I don't know what that is. But you might have been in a situation here where nobody was going to win. It didn't matter what you did or what you chose. It's interesting, too, because there's like a family dynamic playing out in this card. And I talked about, like, you know, there's a possibility that there's things that you can't do for yourself when you're a parent, or maybe you have a puppy. Right? You really shouldn't. You know, you can't go away for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours at a time and just leave a puppy in a kennel or something like that, right? Like maybe it would please you to go and do that, to go on a weekend adventure with your friends. But what are you going to do with your puppy, right? So you can't do that. I think it's really important, in whatever the rest of the context is in the reading for you, to recognize that you were either placed, Spirit put you in a situation where you were, if you did something for yourself, right? If you did something that you really wanted to do, that this would be detrimental to someone else, or it could be, or something else, or it could be detrimental to long-term success for you. And by not doing it, it may not be detrimental to someone else. It may not be detrimental to some sort of long-term success for yourself later on, but it's not what you want right now. So like you're in some sort of a situation like that, and you're innocent. It's honestly to tell you that you're innocent. So maybe if you're feeling like some sort of guilt or something like that surrounding a situation, honestly, it looks like there's nothing else that you could do. So tap into who you really know yourself to be, as opposed to maybe connecting yourself to a situation that you had no control over, or it didn't matter what you did. You couldn't have chosen any differently or done anything differently. And it's interesting too, don't pretend to be something you are not. So if you were taking on some type of a guilt here that you really shouldn't, that's pretending to be something that you're not. You're not guilty of something here. You're completely innocent. Guilt is a heavy energy. Guilt is a really low, I think it's one of the lower vibration energies, because it comes with, I think guilt can come with shame. It can come with disappointment in ourselves. And when we feel those things about ourselves, it's painful to us. It's not good for us. Please yourself, love yourself first. I don't know what happened, but all I can see is that you were in a situation and there was no way that you could have come out of it in any other way. If something played out for you, especially if it is in some sort of a family dynamic here, if something played out for you and the way that it is played out has made you feel like it's difficult to love who you are, well, I'm telling you right now that if you had made a different choice that you've run through in your head here and you've done something differently, you would still be sitting in this position today and you would still be going, I should have done the other thing. So I think this is actually a very important message, because this could be really like helping someone here with any sort of guilt that they might have felt like I should have done it this way, or I should have done that. Or maybe it's like, maybe there was, I don't know, maybe like I think it doesn't even have to be something right now, like that you've done right now or that has happened right now. It could be something that happened like 10 years ago, right? And then you see it unfold and you're like, oh my God, I should have done it this way. This is how I should have done it. You know, like let's say, okay, I don't know why this is coming up into my head, so I'm just going to say it. It's coming in. It's, and it's interesting because it's something that I've thought about, but, if you ever found yourself in this situation, like there's been times where I've seen stories of parents and their child was getting in with the wrong group in a place, and it was going downhill really quick. Maybe the child started to get involved in drugs or something was going, and it was everywhere in the neighborhood. I've often thought to myself, I thought, I think I would just sell my house. I would just sell my house and we would move. We would move as far away we could. I don't know. Right? But here we go. Because it's almost like, let's say you did that. Let's say there was something going on around someone that you loved and you're like, okay, I'm going to do this so that I can save them from what's going on around them, because it's taking over and I cannot be with them 24/7. So I need to know that they're in an environment where this energy cannot access them. But then it's almost like if you did that, okay, we're moving. We're going to sell the house and we're moving. We're moving to another area. We're moving to another community. We're moving to another town. We're moving to another state or province. But it's almost like there was something in that move that was detrimental to that child. So it's still something they ended up struggling with, or you struggled with them with. And then you could sit there and go, I never should have moved them. I should have tried harder at the other place. We shouldn't have moved. That was too much. It caused too much trauma for them. And then they ended up in drugs anyways. Right? And it wouldn't have mattered what you chose here. So you're innocent in this situation. There was no way you could have won in the first place. And that's it. That's it. I'm going to leave it at that, because that is really the biggest part of this message here for you. The Nine of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. Well, that's interesting. The Nine of Pentacles, having a good time on your own. Having a good time on your own. Or it could also be, there could be a decision here that you made. I mean, maybe you got into a relationship. That's possible too. Maybe you got into a relationship here and that relationship has not been good for you, and you may not have been, maybe you are not able to do the things that you would like to do because of the relationship that you find yourself in. And that's what I'm going to go do the extended. In the extended, I'm going to ask, what is it that you are manifesting, Cancer? And what unexpected path or event does God have coming towards you? There's 2 options in the description below if you would like to follow me to the extended. Thank you so much, my dear exalted ones. Until next time, be gentle with yourselves. Bye.